Man, back with another one, man. You know what I'm saying? And then look, this show, man, I wanted to dedicate this one to all the married men that's miserable, okay? I want to dedicate this to y'all, Mark. I'm outside of Walmart. Yes. I watched the father put all his kids and his wife in the car, Mark. He took that long walk around the car. You know, that long walk where the family can't see him walk behind the car? And I promise you, I heard him say, man, why my pull-out game ain't better than this? I promise you, Mark, I read his lips, bro. I just want to give a shout out to all the married men standing on business, but you're miserable. And look, furthermore, don't let them put you in a minivan, okay? Don't let your woman put you in a minivan, fellas. If you got a big family, get you a Tahoe, GMC, something like that, bro. Do not let that woman put you in a minivan because she want all your cool to go out the window. You know what I mean? What's your thoughts on the minivans?
Some of them new minivans got the accessories. They fly.
Ah, okay, all right.
You got to look at, I don't have a minivan. I got a Expedition.
See?
You talking about 10 miles to the gallon. You talking about $80,000 for the whip. When you can get a minivan, I'm going to get 20 miles to the gallon might cost you $35.
Okay.
Got the TVs.
All right. I heard that.
Just depend on your breads,
But see, look, okay, fair enough. Get the minivan, but stay in shape.
Right.
All right. Don't be out of shape and get the minivan. She don't want you. She don't want you to win when she out there and got you in the minivan and all that. She know ain't no woman checking for you in no minivan. Women checking for men in minivans. It's a setup. Thank you. Thank you. All right, but ladies, look, I know y'all got upset. It's a joke. It's a little jokey joke. You know what I'm saying? But I'm serious though. But you know what I mean. Now we got that out the way. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, man. I'm ready too, man. Let's do this. Welcome back to the I-70 podcast. It is your boy, Jonathan Little, a.k.a. John. And right now I'm sitting here with a gentleman, who's doing something that I'm very interested in. I had to get him on the show. I hit him up, asked him, could he please come sit down with us? If you don't know who I'm talking about the founder, the owner of the Black Pantry here in KC. Brian Roberts is in the building.
Appreciate it.
Now, we usually get the claps, but we ain't got our headphones on, so it's
all good.
Yeah, my dog. First and foremost, question I always like to ask, bro, how you doing?
Wonderful, man. About to embark on another level of the Black Pantry. Really open up what we could do as far as Black artisans, makers of products, curators of vibe, and owning it and not lending it out to somebody else. So I'm excited, man. Yeah.
And if you don't, I'm rocking the merch. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can get this. You just got to get at my dog on his Instagram, go in the store, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Go pull up on him. And, I always like to ask that, man, because, as Black men, we got to take care of our mental. Because I just think, man, we could solve a lot of issues within our community, bro, if we took care of the issues that plague us. You know what I mean? Whether it be anger issues or dealing with trauma, I just feel like mental health in the Black community needs to keep being uplifted. Because, this new wave we on, we definitely uplifting it. So, I always got to ask my guests how they doing. But now let's get to business, man. So 2021 is when you started the business.
Right.
What made you start in 2021? What happened? Maybe it was 2020. What made you want to do what you do?
Was in 2020, post George Floyd.
Okay.
Everybody out in the streets voicing their opinion.
Yeah.
I'm young, I'm angry, and I'm seeing this going on and on and on and on. Like, everybody that looked like me is dying in the streets over some BS. So I'm like, man, there's got to be, I have to let out some frustration, just like we talk about the mental health. So I'm ready to jump out in the streets myself. Man, my wife was like, boy, if you don't get your ass back in here, you got 3 kids. We can't afford something to happen to you. You got to figure out another way. So a few weeks after that, we was boycotting Target or whatever. I'm like, how do you boycott something that's almost a necessity?
Facts.
We don't have no Black grocery stores, no Black outlets, no Black retailers, specifically in Kansas City.
Facts.
So she was like, why don't you do it? So we started out in a trailer. I found some of the dopest products that I could find. I was pulling up just during COVID, pulling up outside of different cool little retail shops, and we took off from there.
And then so once you got into it, did you have to do some research on a business model that's like what you was trying to do, or did you just go head first with no inspiration to do it?
Man, it was a little bit of both. It was kind of like head first because the vibe and the level of what I wanted to bring was not out there.
Okay.
But everybody's doing it. You go to Asian grocery stores, go to Latin grocery stores. I lived in California for 10 years. You see those on every corner.
Yeah.
But you never really saw a Black grocery store or a Black like I'm trying not to be an actual grocery store. I'm trying to take it up another notch and be cool and trendy and just have some vibe to it. So, but you don't see anything like a black economic engine.
Yes, sir.
Anywhere. So I'm like, that's what we're going after.
And then, you know, that pushes me to a question that I had to ask, bro. What are your thoughts on, like, what did integration do to the black community? I know. Okay. And
I say that, and it's kind of weird because I have a multicultural household, but at the same time, I have to be real. Segregation tore up the black community. We at a point where we don't feel like we need each other. Yeah, and we don't. We can go to the grocery store. We can go do this. Go about our day to day, and not have to rely on another black entity to move through the day.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So, just the lack of community, the lack of fellowship, the lack of unity, leadership, all of that kind of went away when we had integration.
And, you know, I'm a history buff, man, so I had to ask that question because, I mean, history is my favorite subject. And, you know, within social studies, you know, I stumbled upon Tulsa, Oklahoma, you know, Black Wall Street and Greenwood and all those communities back in the day post, you know, Reconstruction where black folks were self-sufficient. We had grocery stores, cleaners, you know, banks and this.
You didn't have another choice.
You know, and I saw that, and once integration came, all that went away to the point where, you know, we're in Strawberry Hill, man, and every time I drive through this area, this is a Hispanic community. Right. I mean, they got stores, whatever, you know, barbershops, whatever you need, you know what I mean? They could stand on their own, but I don't see that in our community, you know what I mean? So that's why I had to ask that question because, I mean, it's just interesting, man, because something so simple as a grocery store, I mean, you don't see that in the black community, or it ain't gonna be black owned at least. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's levels to it. I mean, I have these conversations all the time. You get to a certain point where no matter what it is, it's not going to be fully wholeheartedly black owned. I think just nowadays moving forward, we just got to figure out a different way. So my way is to find somebody like Josh who's got these Ken Seltzers. Like, it's a phenomenal product. He's an intelligent dude. Like, I can use my platform to support him.
Yes, sir.
Right? So no matter where we at, that's where we at. So we in a space that may not belong to us, but we here. Yeah. We got our product. We creating these economic engines. Like, the whole vision behind the Black Pantry, why I called it the Black Pantry, is it's products that you can use in your household every single day that are from black artisans. So, no, we might not have the super strong black community, and that's also subjective. Okay. Because you could go to cities, you can go to Atlanta, you can go to Houston.
My sister live in Atlanta.
Yeah. So I think it's just depending on the cities. You know, Kansas City, we slow. Yeah. But that's why I kind of built this. Ain't nobody ever trying to duplicate this, so I'm building it. Yeah. Just creating a blueprint.
And then how to you, you know, in your opinion, how important is it to buy black owned? You know what I mean? You may not have to buy everything, but how important is that to buy black owned?
Like I said, it's still subjective depending on where you're at. I think in Kansas City is more important than like a Houston or Atlanta because it's right there in front of you. Right. You don't even have to think about it. But here you have to be intentional. Here you have to go out of your way. The black dollar, especially the discretionary black dollar, we're sprinkled throughout. We in North Kansas City, we in Kansas City, Kansas, we in Olathe, we everywhere. There's no concentrated wealthy black community or even middle class. So if we want to get to that level, we have to pour into each other. Yeah. And I mean, I think it's very important. You know what I'm saying? Just because, you know, growing up, you know, especially in the inner cities of America, you know what I mean? Like I was saying before, I mean, I don't know what the percentage is and I don't want to botch it, but I mean, majority of the business ain't black owned, you know what I'm saying, in the areas we come up in. So, you know, and as an adolescent, I really didn't understand it because, I mean, you just going to the store young, you ain't thinking nothing of it. But once I started to get older and I started hearing things like how much does the black dollar rotate or how long does it stay in the community? And then you start looking at other communities and you see, no, it's something because, I mean, in certain communities, that dollar roll, they buy with each other. Then they come out of that community with us, it come right out. You know what I mean? And don't nothing stay. So, you know, once I got to KC, I started seeing individuals like yourself. And I want to give, you know, I'm gonna be respectful to Dr. Chelsea. I'm gonna give her, you know, her just due. She's been on the show already. Yes. I want to give her just due because I wasn't seeing that. She was the first person that I saw with something that was bringing a community together. And she caught a lot of smoke for it too. It's crazy.
Speak on it, you know what I'm saying? Because you got a relationship with her, you know, just speak on a relationship with Dr. Chelsea.
I mean, I think this is in general where everybody that I know in Kansas City that's trying to push the culture to the next level or do something progressive for us Kansas City as a whole, not even outside of the black community, we are so comfortable being where we at. So you see a lot of development happening in Kansas City, a lot of things being built. People are pushing back on it like, we don't need this, we don't need that. And when someone steps in and says, wait a minute, we can take another step forward, to slam the door in their face or not support somebody is crazy to me. Like, you with your podcast, me with my show, we're doing something and we're stepping outside of what we could be doing on a day-to-day.
Talk about it.
A lot of people are doing. Like,
yes, sir.
A lot of people get up, go to work, get up, go to work, get up, go to work, and not do anything to challenge themselves, push their passions. And here you got people trying to do something, push their passion, and take people along with them. And you say, nah, we don't bump with that. You know, we don't like that. Like, come on, man. Y'all got to support somebody. It ain't even a lot of black people out here doing a lot of things. No. And like I said, when I stumbled upon her, I was so intrigued because I'm like, oh, this different. You know what I mean? And the fact that she caught flack for it, you know what I mean? To me, it just goes to show that, to me, she's doing something right. Because, I mean, she's not doing something that's standard, that's normal. You know what I mean? And she took something that somebody was already doing and took it to a next level, and they were mad about it. Yeah. But that's going to happen. Yeah. What they say, iron sharpens iron? Yes, sir. You got to have competition. If somebody comes out and opens up a Black Pantry, I'm not going to be mad. Okay. Because it's still pushing the narrative of supporting black community, black products. Yeah. Man, how many white people you see beefing over opening up another shop?
No, you right. No, that's real, man. That's real. You know what I mean? And it's important because, to me, I think it's dope because once I stumble upon something like the Black Pantry, let's just say I'm a young man. Growing up in the communities we grew up in, you don't relatively see that. You know, we see, you know what I mean, unfortunately, the worst in ourselves in some of these communities we come up in. We don't really know too many business owners that look like us or proud business owners. And if you do, I believe it changed your whole thought process on what you could be doing.
Yeah, I mean, I could say that I'm blessed and fortunate. Yeah. My dad was an entrepreneur. Okay. Yeah. Kansas City's small. Everybody can be touched. Yeah. So I saw both sides of the spectrum. Yeah. I saw people coming from the same household. One chose not to do shit with their life. The other one chose to step out and go a different direction, and they go up the ladder. So I think at this point, like, and this is specific to Kansas City, you got to push yourself. Yeah. And you got to realize that first you start off, your friends and family going to support you, but then you got to get to another level to where you got to get the community to support you. You can't rely on your friends and family to pull up. I ain't seen friends and family pull up to the Black Pantry in probably over a year.
Oh, now we talking now. Yeah.
I can't fault them. That's not their job to pour. I mean, I believe you should pour your money into your family to ensure that they succeed. But at some point, depending on the level you want to get to, you got to appeal to the masses. You got to be marketable. You got to have demand. And that's why I lean towards the brands that I lean towards, because first of all, even before they black, it's a quality product. Absolutely. Right? You don't care. Like this, the canned seltzer don't say black on it nowhere. I mean, it's got, the lingo on it for the folks. So you already know what time it is to say for the folks. We know what it is, but so many of my products don't scream black. And that kind of is by design, because I want to tell the world, like, our stuff is just as good. We don't have to put our faces on it in order to move that product. I'm moving a quality product. But I'm going to make sure that a black man at the end of the day gets paid, or a woman. Yeah.
I mean, and it's beautiful, man, at the end of the day, what you're doing, because you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You don't have to do what you're doing. You know what I mean?
I got a whole other job.
Yeah. I know,
got a full-time job. Yeah. I'm shooting off the hip with this. Yeah. And I make good money. And I could walk away from the Black Pantry and not bat an eye financially and be cool with it. But I'm stepping outside of my life, my day-to-day life. I take time off from my children, from my family, from my wife, to push and do something. And like I say, for the culture, for real. Yeah. A lot of people take that for the culture and they misappropriate it. Like, no, you making money off of the culture. Right. But you're not pouring into the culture. Something positive. So I take time, I'm on this probably like 30 hours a week on top of my job. Yeah. Just ensuring that black people have an opportunity and an outlet in Kansas City.
And then I want to ask you something before we get away from it, because you spoke on something profound. You said you grew up in a household where your father was an entrepreneur. So as a young man, you got to see that. Just speak to that. Like, what did that do to your mental as a kid, seeing that, with your father?
Yeah, I saw a side of entrepreneurism that is not glorified. Like, you got types of entrepreneurs, right? He was on the hustle side.
Okay, gotcha.
Right? So every single day he had to get up to get his bread. It wasn't like he built this profound system and money was pouring in. Like, nah, we was still like, I couldn't wear no Jordans when I was young. I had to go get a job, you know.
Okay, yeah.
I knew I learned very early on that my parents didn't have the money to buy me the things that I wanted, so I had to get up off my ass and go get it.
Yeah.
But I saw a man in front of me that was getting up every single day and was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it on my own.
Yeah.
And he was just hustling every single day.
Sure.
So I was able to see, even though he wasn't making a lot of money, he was putting food on the table and he was happy doing it.
Right.
So that's where I kind of get the hustle and the grind and understanding that you can do more in life than just go to work.
And then what, do you pass that message on? You got kids?
I got 3 of them.
Oh, okay. Do you pass that on to your kids? You pass that same message on?
I live that.
Okay, yeah.
They don't even hear me no more. But
yeah.
But having kids, they don't hear you. But then when they grow up, they ain't gonna know nothing else.
Right.
All they gonna hear is that voice in the back of your head. You got to feed yourself.
You remember your first job or your first hustle? Let me ask you that. What was your first hustle?
Cutting grass.
Cutting grass. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, the neighbor over here, $20.
Yes, sir.
Neighbor across the street, he was like, hit me twice a week. That's $40.
Yeah.
And then I played baseball when I was coming up, so I would the recreational parks and all of that. I would cut that, and then I went to the grocery stores and Gap and every summer.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy because I don't really see that no more, man. Like even I'll never forget when it used to snow. Me and my homeboys, we would all get together. Whoever had a car.
It was raining money.
Shout out my dog Dallas.
Money.
He was the hustler of the crew. Dallas he would come get all us. Like, hey, bro, we finna hit the suburbs, bro. Like, we not even finna play around.
Yeah.
I'm finna come get all y'all. We finna go out because I went to school in the suburbs. So we'd go deep to the suburbs. You know, them big ass driveways. Oh, we used to make a killing doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was productive. You know what I mean? Because we could have been doing other things, but we like, bro, let's go get this money from these folks who got these big ass driveways. We know they kids ain't finna get out there.
Yeah. Depending on the area you grew up, you didn't have the distraction of social media either.
Okay, right. No, that's real.
I mean,
that's
on
a
a snow
great
day,
point.
man, how many times I'm gonna sit here and watch Saved by the Bell? Like I'm about to get up and
I mean, look now you talking about something. Now, I used to watch Saved by the Bell right before I went to school every morning.
Man.
Every morning.
That was it, boy. So it's like, you know, during that time, like you weren't distracted by all these other things.
Right.
And these kids are getting money out here like we was getting money.
Probably more.
They getting it off the social media accounts.
Definitely.
I'm like looking at these high school ball players, you know, they football, basketball, they got 40, 50,000 followers, and now you got NIL deals.
Yes,
it's
sir.
like, if I knew it was an NIL deal when I was coming up, bro, that would have changed the whole perspective of like, I might not make it to the league.
But I'm good.
But I can go to college.
Look
at Clayton Clark.
Yeah. Shout out to her. Look how she just changing the game too, man. Like it's just granted, I still got WNBA players who was in college who I feel like was better than her. Right?
I think there's a lot of players better
like,
than her.
because I'm going, you know what I mean? Because they were saying she was the GOAT and all of that. To me, Caitlin Clark couldn't stand a chance against Candace Parker, Maya Moore. You know, them my two favorite. You know what I mean? Because I watched them play, and them was the first girls I watched that I was like, man, they 6'5" and you know what I mean? So, you know, but shout out to Caitlin Clark though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she getting her bread.
Yeah, she definitely getting her money. All them girls getting money. You know what I'm saying? Angela Reese, she getting her money. You know what I mean? I think they was making more in college than they making in the pros.
Yeah.
As far as just the salary, as far as pros, I know they're getting.
I think it'll get there. It's gonna take some time for women's sports to really hit that where everybody's talking M's.
Yeah. Now I think, me personally, Brandon, I know we going off script. I think it just gonna take the women to do it. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna tell you this, ladies. If a WNBA game is full of women looking good, going out having a good time, the men will come.
Oh yeah,
they gonna show up where you
That's
go.
That's why when you go to the club, women free before 12.
Yes.
Women drink all night.
Yes.
They don't promote to the men.
No.
They know the men gonna show up if the women are there.
You know what I mean? So that's the only thing. Go ahead. I'll cut you off.
You see how they starting to walk, doing a little fashion show runway like NBA now. They coming dripped out. I'm like, maybe I might, see what this WNBA talking about.
Yeah, because as long as if we gonna make it a thing to go, let's make it a thing to go. But I don't like that, you know what I'm saying, the WNBA is asking men, where it's like, well, I mean, we got our sport, relatively speaking, NBA been busting, you know what I mean? The men are going to go where the women go, period. Now, even if they don't like it, men are going to show up.
Women drive everything.
Yes, sir. Oh, now let's talk about it. Yes, sir. Let's talk about this. Yeah.
I'll bring it back to the shop a little bit.
Yep.
I'll say about 80% of my customers are women.
Okay.
20% are men who just kind of stumbled in, bro. Let me see what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
But women come and they support.
Yeah.
And that's the power that they have. They don't even have to worry about like color, race, nationality.
Nope.
They just focus on women because they are a minority group in themselves. So they're gonna pour into themselves. They spend the most money, even though they may not make the most money. You know, you got the salary discrepancy,
wage gap, and all that.
But still, in my household, I don't go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
I don't buy the kids clothes. The women dictates where the money is spent.
Yeah.
And the women are starting to dictate what the fly stuff is.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
see them, they getting courtside tickets now, taking pictures and looking good on Instagram and social media. So if they take that energy to WNBA, like, yeah, we supporting our homegirls, the whole dynamic gonna shift. Look at the Kansas City Current.
Yeah.
I love a Kansas City Current game.
Yeah.
I go every year.
I ain't went there, man. My brother hit me. The company he worked for, they get him season tickets. I could have went. I had a little date. I couldn't even go. But, you know what I mean? To your point, I mean, they drive everything, man. Even just music. Like, what the women like, men, like I said, man, even if we don't like it, we'll learn to like it. You know what I mean? For the ladies, man.
And to keep it real, you was talking about pull-out game. If she got that, if she turned the switch off and say, nah, we ain't doing that,
Yeah.
You gonna switch up your?
You gonna switch it up?
I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry.
And I'm so glad you said that. No, ladies, y'all have to, and I know y'all power, but truly realize y'all power. We only gonna do what y'all accept, man, period. Like, it is what it is. We gonna switch up. If every woman came out there and say, look, I don't like men that don't work out, them gyms would be full. Because every man will know, I'm not gonna get a woman if I don't work out. So, yeah, ladies, you know what I'm saying? That thing got power. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That thing is powerful. You know what I mean? It's the breather of life, if you will. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, ladies, know y'all power. I want to go to the WNBA. I ain't never been to an NBA game before. But my thing I've always said was I want to take a woman with me to an NBA game because I just think that's so fly, bro. Taking your chick to an NBA game.
Oh yeah.
I just think that shit is so fly.
Take her to a Current game.
Yeah.
I like the Current game because the energy's good. It's family friendly if you want to bring your family, and it's affordable.
Yeah. Now let's get back to the business, okay? Because you one interview I was watching, you started out with just a truck.
A trailer, yeah.
A trailer. Just talk about that, like just the whole process when you got going. You finally put the pen to paper.
I never put pen to paper. It was just like,
okay.
I mean,
You just do.
I just went. I just know I have to be different. I have to separate myself. It's hard when you're not known in the community for anything in particular. Like, how do you start a brand? How do you start a business that's people facing, right? So I knew I had to be out there, and I knew that right now was a time when all eyes are on black businesses. I have to go now.
Yeah.
But how do I stand out, right? I didn't have the bread to go do the brick and mortar. I didn't understand it, signing leases, none of that. So I saw this woman. She had a trailer, a little cargo trailer. Dropped the back, had clothes racks and stuff in there. I'm like, what if I turn that into a store? Put the shelves in there, racks, had the candles, had the pantry items, had the little speaker, had the music going. And I would just pull up outside of shops that, you know, during that time they had capacity restrictions because of COVID.
Yep.
So there'd be lines outside of the stores during the holidays, you know. So people like, what's that? I had the logo blasted on the side of the trailer. Next thing I know, I'm on the news. Next thing I know, I got a line of people. And then I'm like, I started looking at the bread that came in the 4 months. I'm like, let me try this this storefront thing.
Okay.
So I reached out to Made in KC because I was starting to do my homework at that point. Made in KC, they're like the biggest local retailer in the city. I'm like, y'all got a spot that's open right next to y'all. What does it take to get in that spot? And I was like, bro, let's check it out. Let's talk. So we ended up doing, and there's no like, a lot of people have this misconception that they own me or there's something like, no, this was all for me strategically, right?
Yeah.
I knew that they had the grasp and the chokehold on retail in Kansas City. Why would I not want to align myself with the best?
Absolutely.
So that's exactly what I did. Align myself with the best. And then because of where they still within the community, I was able to stand tall with them.
Yep.
And that's what took the popularity. But then once they got in, they were like, wait, this shit is different. Like, the music is different. I see black art on the wall. All these products are black products. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Even that, yes, ma'am. Like, we don't, in our community, we don't even know the products that we got.
Facts.
So I have to do education to everybody, right? White people come in and they spend money just to support. But black people, I have to educate them about, like, and I could tell stories about Josh, about, like, I keep using Josh because I just love what he's doing.
Yeah, man, shout out to Josh, man.
And that takes me to the next space. What I saw was because of the vibe that was in the shop, people wanted to hang out.
Right.
So I'm like, well, I need to start building community within my space where people can fellowship, people can hang out. I'm gonna build out a bar. So in the next shop, we're gonna have a bar, like a little lounge, so you could grab your wine. We're gonna have like Black Girl Magic and all these other wines that I can introduce you to. Vine Street Brewery. We started our own coffee brand, so people can come 8 to 8, all Monday through Friday, Monday through Sunday, and hang out, see other Black faces, Black product. But I'm not dumb. I have to put it in a wave of money. And sometimes that don't always mean being in a Black community. Right. So I put it, we're still right there in Martine Corner, 2 blocks away. And it's going to be a lot of people coming through. We just picked a sweet spot. Yeah.
And it's I want you to expound on something for me, because you alluding to it. Just because you Black owned don't mean, other groups can't come in. Hey man, it's this for everybody. This just so happen to be Black owned. Just expound on that.
I look at it like this. So, and I kind of don't like to run with the narratives and the numbers of statistics.
Okay.
Because I don't even know where those are coming from. These studies like, oh, Black people's dollar only bounced six hours. Like, how with the stop clock?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Who the hell getting these numbers? No, that's real.
But I get it. There's some smart people out there. They figure it out. But here's the other statistic is that if we're only like 1% of the wealth of the country, right? If I know you only got $1 and my man got 10, I don't want your $1.
Right.
I'm going to go over here. I'm going to sell him whatever I got. I'm going to take my $1. Hey, bro, here's $1.
Yeah.
So I'm putting my product in the wave of people who have the bread. And every time somebody spend bread with me, a Black man, Black woman get paid.
I hear that.
So I don't care where the money coming from. I want to be where the money's at.
Yes, sir.
So every model that I build out, I'm putting Black people in the wave of money. I don't want to go into the Black community where they don't have the discretionary income to buy the products that I got. But I'm going to put it in the wave of where the money's at. I don't care what neighborhood it is. If there's money there, I can funnel it back to you.
Yes, sir.
And I can create a job for you that's sustainable because I'm making money on this side. But that's just, it lends to the quality of product, too. Some products you can sell in Black neighborhoods that is, like, more specific to the culture. Like, you know what I mean? So...
Have you ever had to turn down a product? Because, I mean, you keep mentioning just, you want quality product.
Oh, I turn down stuff all the time.
Okay, not just...
all the time.
I heard that.
But a lot of people don't understand what I'm doing yet, and that's kind of on me. Once we get to the next spot, they for sure gonna see. But they think that, I have a Black product. Here's an opportunity for me to sell my product, which is what I want. But I'm building it at a level to where I can sell the product at a premium price. So therefore I can continue to do business, make good money, and pay people appropriately because I want to be able to employ people. A lot of people are paying people minimum wage plus tips.
Okay.
I want to be able to pay you $18, $20 an hour, right? Just for an entry level job.
Right.
So, and it's in a spot that's wavy, so you're going to enjoy working where you at. But if I'm not making no money as a business owner, I can't pay you.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I gotta put my business where the money's at.
Absolutely.
So it attracts the people that understand what I'm doing.
Because it's about business at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
You gotta run a business.
You know what I mean? As much, because I mean, you have individuals who I believe will just base their whole business off of Black owned, Black this, and they not doing what you doing in regards to you're not pushing the business. Like, at the end of the day, it's a business, brother. You can't marginalize yourself just to that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's all depending on where you at. If I was like, and I have this conversation with my wife all the time. If I was in Houston, if I was in Atlanta, if I was in DC, where the discretionary Black dollar, where they have Black suburban communities making bread, I could open up one of these and be phenomenal right off the gate. But here, because we're not privy to any of that, like I have to educate people on the what, the when, the why, the reason why. Oh, you're not in a Black neighborhood. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm where the money's at.
I'm where the money at.
So, I mean, I just, depending on where you at, I mean, you got to do your business where it makes the most sense.
And now let me ask you this, bro. Being, we in the Midwest, all these different Midwest cities, could we ever get like an Atlanta, a DC, Chocolate City? Could we ever get to that point or no?
I think we could have our little bubbles and waves.
Okay.
But you got to think about like DC, you got to think about Atlanta. That wasn't built overnight. You got, all the slaves migrated to the cities.
Thanks.
So they have that. They don't know anything other than that.
Gotcha.
Atlanta got all the Black colleges.
Absolutely.
I mean, when you go down south, you got all the Black colleges. people from here leave Kansas City, they leave St. Louis to go to Houston, to go to Atlanta. I'm moving to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And it just it's continuing to strip us of our black talent in these smaller cities. So we're going to have our waves, we're going to have our bubbles, but to have anything like that, nah.
And because, I mean, you're right, man, just geographically, I mean, it makes sense that Atlanta is like, you know, our black Hollywood in a sense, you know what I mean? Or Houston, you know, being down in Texas in the South, because most of the black people in the country live in the South. You know what I mean? I was more, like, I be thinking about, like, a Harlem, you know what I mean, during the Black Renaissance, where, you know, Harlem was looked at as, you know what I mean? But like you say, I mean, that's over time. That's built over time.
That was over time, and that was pre-segregation.
Yeah.
So you have that history. But like another thing I like to see when I talk about history is like Oakland. I lived in the Bay Area for like 10 years. Oakland is the same size as Kansas City. But they rooted in the Black Panthers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why when you go there now, the whole vibe is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Black unity is crazy out there. And it's the same size as Kansas City. And I think the black population is the same size.
I never knew that, bro.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
So it all comes like with your roots. Like, so, you know, the Black Panthers, you have this natural pride in your culture in Oakland. And that leads to all these hyphy movements and the Bay Area rappers and all the ballers that come out of there. But yeah, I mean, we're going to have our bubbles and waves in Kansas City, but to touch anything like that, we don't have the depth of history.
Yeah. But you don't feel like the person don't need to leave to have.
Bro, not with technology.
Right, there we go.
I could sell you a T-shirt over the internet.
Right.
You know, or whatever your product is.
Yeah.
You don't have to leave to do anything. I could be a lawyer. I mean, I could be a lawyer and give legal advice depending on the city. I know that structures like you got to be licensed or whatever, but still, like, the technology is going to level, it levels everything.
For sure.
So you don't have to go nowhere. That's why these kids, like we were saying, they 16, 17.
Making money, doing it big.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't imagine, man. Shout out to the youth, man, because all the money y'all seeing, I couldn't imagine seeing money like that when I was that age. I'd have blew it. I'm gonna just be honest with you. John would have blew it.
That's like on one of your other podcasts, y'all was talking about high school kids wearing like Balenciagas and Pradas and all of that. I didn't even have access to that.
That's what I'm saying. Like
if I had the money.
And I could never stomach up enough courage to go ask my mother and father for some designer. Like, I knew I wasn't getting it. Like,
Jordan's was designer to me.
Jordan's was designer. Thank you. Like, I mean, True Religion was designer to me when I was growing up, because, I mean, they was $100 jeans, $150 jeans. I knew I wasn't getting no True Religion. You know what I mean?
And then, you know, you've been cutting grass all month, and it's like, I did all this hard work to blow it on one pair of jeans.
And that's the thing. Like my nephew, I love my nephew. My nephew hit me up like, Uncle, I want a pair of purple jeans. And I'm trying to be like, nephew, why would I spend $200 for just one pair of jeans for you? Why not you get 2-3 pairs? But they ain't hearing me. Well, he ain't hearing me. He like, look, I want what I want. All right. I'm like, well,
because they see everybody else on it. And like, especially kids, they don't see the in-between what it took to get that.
Right.
And that's kind of like the problem with society now. When people show all the things that they got, like, that's the fruit of the labor, not the labor. So, you know, that's kind of one thing I want to kind of get to with this next level of Black Pantry. I want to show people the behind the scenes. Like, they see the cool little shop, but man, I didn't had 3 bad leases.
Okay, talk about it.
I didn't understand tax.
Okay.
You got city tax, state tax, federal tax, employee tax. Man, and I'm learning all this because I'm just like, I just want to sell black products. And I'm just like learning as I go and making mistakes and having to go back and clean them up. All for me to open the door for you to come in and be like, oh, this is cool. Like, you know how much work it took for me to unlock this door?
Man.
So, I mean,
I love that, bro. Because, and it's crazy you said that. And I was going to get to that. One thing, every entrepreneur that sit down with me, I always want them to tell the horror stories. Because to your point, everybody will see what's, you know, the finished product, but don't know, man, it's been a motherfucker getting there. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you for even telling us that, because I'm sure there's some business owner who going to see this and be like, I'm get my taxes and shit together. And not even just like taxes, or I've never come across any of my entrepreneurial friends or relationships that has not had a problem that they would bring to an everyday person and them being like, what? Yeah.
But you say it to another entrepreneur, like, bro, I've been doing, hey, check this out. I got a guy. He'll clean that up for you.
I got a guy. Yeah.
You know,
I love that.
That's what we sign up for. We sign up for, you know, it's just like basketball, like football, like this entrepreneurial stuff is like war, and I'm competitive. You know, I used to play sports, so like
you speaking my language now.
When you present a problem, it's just like being head up with somebody.
Yes, sir.
Like, okay, yeah, this dude got another 2-3 inches on height. He got a little 20 pounds of weight on me, but let's go. You know, so that's how I kind of look at entrepreneurialism. And at the end of the day, you get in the end zone, then you do your dance. You know.
Now you say you was a baseball guy growing up.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me ask you this because it's a question I want to know. Where is the game going in our community? Because I mean, growing up, we saw it. I got friends who play baseball. I couldn't play, but like, why isn't it prevalent in our community no more?
It's too slow.
Okay,
but people don't understand. Baseball is a leisure game.
Okay,
it's not meant to be high paced, fast. I mean, there's gonna be some exciting things, but the whole thing of baseball for me is like it's something you go and you watch and you chill out.
Right.
You go and you have a hot dog and some popcorn, and you just chill. Like, this is 2-3 hours of just relax.
Right.
Watch motherfuckers hit the ball and run back and forth and not a lot going on, but it's a very leisurely game. It's not like football where it's a play after play after play, or basketball where it's nonstop, tennis and all of that. It's a different perspective of sport. And people don't realize, like, you got to be talented to hit a ball.
The hardest thing doing sports.
80, 90 miles an hour breaking ball, and you 90 feet away?
Listen, I didn't. Well, one, I couldn't play because my mom and daddy couldn't afford it. Two, I couldn't play because I grew up. The guys I hung out with, they was 3 years older than me. They all play high school ball. When I would go over and play with them, I used to tell them, like, bro, y'all throwing this ball a little too hard, bro. Like, I can't, because my homeboy was a catcher, so he getting it, he trying to get it right back to me. I'm like, hey, bro, you throwing that motherfucker too fast. And I could not imagine hitting a baseball. I mean, I couldn't imagine, you know what I mean? What they say, that's as skill-wise, it's the hardest thing to do in sports because technically you're not supposed to be able to hit.
No,
fastball.
That's why if you bat 300, that means you hit 3 out of 10 pitches.
Yeah.
You're a phenomenal hitter.
Which is crazy. No, that's a good point.
What I'm saying?
No, that's real.
Like, if your slugging percentage is 200, that means 2 of those you going yard.
Yeah.
So your slugging percentage is up there, or, triples, doubles, you got to be a beast to play baseball, but it's just a slower game.
And I can't throw, y'all. I'm going to just put that out there. Like, that's another reason why. I'm good in the outfield, but I used to tell everybody, the ball not going to come back to you. I catch it. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't going to come back. Like, I saw somebody on base ready to get right as soon as I catch it. That shit going in the dirt. You know what I mean?
I'm snapping you from center field. I love playing outfield because you ain't going to get a ball past me.
Yeah.
And then if you did get that ball past me, you ain't getting 2 bases on me.
Yeah.
I'm turning around and
then, man, I wish I look. And then another thing, when I got to high school, I wanted to play everything, but baseball was during track season. So like, and then at my high school, the football coaches was the coaches for everything else. So like, once you became a football, by your freshman year, Coach Kenny was the head track coach. He was the freshman football coach. He had all his track athletes before football season was over. Like, okay, you coming out. So I just go to Coach Freeman and be like, Coach Freeman, and just let me pinch run, man. I just want to steal bases, man. I can do it. He used to always say, man, Coach Kenny killed me, man. So that was the one sport I wish I could have played was baseball. Because, I mean, I did good, man. I ain't have enough goddamn practice. You
don't get no love being a baseball player either, man.
Not really?
Man.
They get more love than football players.
In what aspect?
Because football players, you can't see them. You can't see their face unless you the popular dude on the team. That don't nobody know what you look like. Baseball, at least we get to see you. Get to see what you look like.
Name superstar MLB players.
You want me to name a super just from any era or right now?
See, now you have to go eras, right?
No, I was just asking.
Because you got with baseball, you got to piece them together. You got A-Rod, Jeter. You got all from all these different eras. You have to piece them together. Okay. But when you talk basketball or we'll talk football, you can just
that's a good point.
You know, that's real. The girls want the football players.
That's
they
real.
want the basketball players. When we was playing baseball, man, it was probably 2 girls in the stands.
Yeah. Okay, I'll say the pitcher. How about that? The pitcher get the love because you the guy, you the quarterback. Yeah. I mean, you standing there, you is that the most important player on the team? I would assume is the pitcher.
Yeah.
So I mean, okay, I get what you're saying. In totality, now you're right. The cool kids definitely play the other sports. You're right.
And then it just being a slower sport.
Right. And then they trying to speed it up. So you don't like that they trying to speed the game up.
I like it with the pitching aspect. Like, man, you've been sitting on this mound, rubbing this ball. Like, as a batter is, and they do it intentionally. It's frustrating. Like, you trying to stay loose. You got to be ready. Like you start to tense up. You know, just like in football where they freeze you. Mm-hmm. They call a timeout on the kicker.
Ice him out.
Yeah. Same thing. Like you sitting there, like getting your glove, fixing your hat. Like, come on, man, just throw the ball.
Even them. But what about the little kids at the Little League World Series when we was kids back in the day? I used to remember watching that on ESPN. Jealous.
Yeah.
I mean, these motherfuckers all in Florida and California, Little League World Series. Look, then Mark, the thing will pop up. Are you texting a joint? Yeah, I caught you, Mark. Yeah, that's my guy, Marky ones and twos. Caught him texting a little joint. I was going to ask you a profound question. Never mind. No. Damn that. No.
John, ask me. Go ahead.
But I'll tell you this, because we couldn't afford to play in a Little League World Series.
Right.
Those kids are good, don't get me wrong, but those kids have the finances to be traveling.
Yes, sir.
To play those sports. They in the Little League World Series, but bring them to the real baseball.
You know what I mean? They used to have it all up in there, they favorite piece or favorite movie. I used to get jealous, bro. I used to be like, hey man, hold on, bro. Like, I'm an athlete too, but no, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, now, Mark, I want you in on this one, baby. You ready? Now, little KC news, I was on the KC Discovery, getting my little news lead, and I seen it was a guy in Leawood, restaurant in Leawood, okay? And I don't even want to bring up their name because I know they're getting enough bad publicity, but this gentleman was in there rubbing his genitals on people's food. People that got sick. I ain't lying. It's on the KC Discovery. You seen it, right, Mark?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Now, what are your thoughts on that, Mark? How do you feel? You know what I mean? If you was a customer.
Strangely, well, if I'm a customer, if I find out, like if I'm a customer and I find that out, I'll be morally, just like disgusted at the whole situation. But at what can I do? I'm already ate there. Like shit, I'm out of luck.
And I can't believe he did that. Mark, when you get a chance, could you pull that up while you back there, you over there? Just so the fans can get some context. So it was
somebody who worked in the kitchen?
Yes.
Disgruntled employee or just that's...
Look, I've been disgruntled at work. I've never thought to put my nuts on nobody burger.
I thought about it.
That's a good point. The rude customers, I thought about it. All right. Okay, look, let me be honest with you. I done dropped a couple Sammys in my day, you know what I'm saying, in the back. Oh, look, your cheese done hit the floor. You shouldn't have been rude. But not the genitals, though. Now people sick. Would you sue, Mark?
Is that
suable? I know that ain't a word, y'all. Forgive me.
No, it's suable.
Suable is a word? Yeah, I thought about it.
That's kind of hard because, I mean, you've had that's thousands of people that come to this restaurant over periods of time. So it's like, how do you properly accommodate everybody? Because what proof do you technically have? Because anybody could say, hey, I ate there just last week.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
pull receipts.
If they keep them, but who really keeps receipts that often? You know what I mean?
The business got to keep them, though, huh?
They might, but they're not going to come.
Okay. No, that's real.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have receipts. No, that's a good point.
But depending on how you pay for it, it's gonna be in your your little debit credit on your bank statement.
Yeah. It is all digital now.
Yeah.
Yeah, cash. Well, I mean,
you can lie basically.
You can.
If you wanted to, you could lie about it. But
I'll give you the rundown.
Go ahead.
Right here. So it's J.C. Hansen, 21, was charged with criminal threats after customers who ate at Hereford House in Leawood became sick. According to the newly released Hereford House affidavit, someone reported that Hansen to the FBI after he allegedly posted videos online of him touching the food with his feet and worse while working at the restaurant. So he was just touching.
Hey, I was just over that way this morning.
Yeah.
And I was actually looking at the Hereford House like, man, I ain't ate at the Hereford House in like 20 years. I don't eat steak like that.
Yeah.
But never will go to Hereford.
Oh, no. Yeah, they didn't blew that. They didn't blew that. And I had never been to the restaurant before. I know they going through it, man. Can you imagine being the owner or something like that happen? Because, I mean, you can't plan for that.
No, I mean, I know they already shut one down that was in Independence, I think.
Before that.
Yeah.
Because that's recent, huh, Mark? That just transpired.
Yeah, with the past couple weeks.
Crazy.
Yeah, man, that's nuts, man.
Yeah, it's a wrap for them.
Yeah, do you got to shut down or, like, can you fight through that? Like,
you can fight through it.
Yeah, it's just gonna be rough.
With a business of that caliber, you got to question how deep their pockets are. Do they have enough bread to withstand the storm? Yeah. So if people decide not to go to the Hereford House for 3 or 4 months, can you financially carry over? Until people forget.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. I just couldn't imagine because, like I said, who does that though? Like, and it didn't say it didn't say he was disgruntled or nothing, huh, Mark? It just. Well, he had to be.
That's what they're saying. Their headlining is disgruntled, but I mean,
how did they know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's just Fox being Fox saying that. It could just be this boy was probably just disturbed and just being.
No, he said, how did they know he was rubbing his nuts on? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. The person himself posted videos of him doing.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
See, that's that new era stuff.
What the hell is that?
I don't record nothing that
Come on, man.
Man.
Yeah.
Kids out here incriminate themselves by posting their own videos of themselves.
Everybody, bro, it's crazy to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just certain things you just don't need to post, bro. Like, for instance, man, it was a teacher, a young black man. He's a teacher. He got in trouble because, you know what I mean? He recorded himself with the little girls, braiding his hair or undoing his hair. And it's like, why would you think that was...
Students?
Brother, yes. Yeah. Yes. And... there's nothing wholesome about that, bro. Like, I don't have any children, but I got plenty of nieces. If I saw my niece on video unbraiding her teacher's hair, I would have a problem with it because it's like,
oh, we fighting.
It
ain't no problem. We fighting.
Yeah, no, that's real, bro. So,
because you're a grown man,
yes.
Why would you even entertain that type of energy from a young lady?
Thank you. And that's my whole point. There ain't no wholesome, like my daddy say, it ain't enough wholesome in the world, bro. Ain't no way you thought that was a good idea, G. No way.
Well, that we're getting to a whole other rabbit hole because then we're going to start approaching the whole LGBT community in the process of like these kids and teachers are becoming a little more closer through teachings of like.
No, see, and that's a problem, bro. Because you need to be a teacher, bro. At the end of the day, you need to be teaching the kids. What our parents used to say to us back in the day, I'm not your friend. You're a teacher, bro. Like, be likable, but as grown men, bro, we know our boundaries, man. Come on, man, cut it out, bro. We know how far we can take shit before it starts to get weird, no matter how wholesome the reasoning is or any of that shit. Damn that.
Right.
I had to bring that up, Mark. That was on my heart, man, because I got all these damn, my sisters, I got 3 big sisters. All these damn nieces I got, you know what I mean? That should be on my mind all the time.
I got 2 daughters, so.
But you got three children.
I got 3. My son is 17. My second oldest is 12. And then my baby girl is 5.
Now, what it's like raising he's 17. What it's like raising a 17-year-old nowadays, man?
Now.
Okay.
That testosterone.
Yeah.
I mean, he think he grown, he think he know, but we was all like that. So I'm trying my best. He don't know.
Yeah, he don't know.
He don't know.
He remind me of my nephew, man. My nephew, he 15 now. And I remember when I was 15 how I used to feel. And I tell my nephew all the time, nephew, it's levels, bro. Like, you ain't even got your grown man strength yet. Like, just relax, bro. I know you feel invincible. You can run through a wall if you wanted to.
Yeah. He ain't been through it.
Yeah.
He think because he can see me eye to eye, like we stand and he can,
Yeah, my nephew
he ain't got to get
me.
on his toes no more.
Yeah,
So he's like, think he can raise his little voice or add a little, like, wait a minute, your voice kind of deep when you talking to me.
Put a little bass on that? Take that out your chest, son.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to backhand him a little hard.
Yeah.
And then,
And then how is it, with social media being such a big deal, you know what I mean, nowadays, how is that raising kids?
It's hard, man. Okay. You don't know what they looking at.
Yes, sir.
At all. They could be looking at the worst, and what you looking at, and you can flip it, you know what I'm saying? They know how to delete history, and they have all, like, we use probably like Instagram, maybe Facebook, maybe TikTok. But they have like Discord and all these other avenues of talking and communicating, and it's crazy. You don't know who they talking to, Snapchat, none of that.
And in your opinion, how do you monitor it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody parent different, but how do you monitor it?
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Gotcha.
Any parent that say, I do this, your kids is 10 times smarter than you. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I just do my best. I trust that my little man is got his head on straight. Yeah. And it really starts when they in that really influential age, that 5 to like 15.
Yes, sir.
If you can kind of get them on a path, they'll go through their bumpy roads. We all did, trying to figure out where our manhood lied. But I just gotta trust him.
Yeah. One thing I always tell my nephew, man, I just tell him, bro, just create good habits. You know what I mean? Because when I was my nephew age, I tell him all the time, your uncle created some horrible habits, you know what I'm saying, that followed me up until my late, you know what I'm saying, I'm entering the last stages of my 20s, but I tell them all the time, man, just create good habits, bro. Like, no matter what it is, because I wasn't big on school, and it just wasn't a habit for me. Like, I didn't make a habit of getting good grades and things of that nature. So I tell my nephew all the time, man, just make good habits, bro. But you know how it is, man. This social media be raising these kids nowadays, man. They ain't got to listen to us no more, and that's
all the facts is on Instagram now.
You can't even lie to kids no more like our parents lied to us.
Yeah, you need to do X, Y. Well, this says. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they bad about that, man. As soon as they see something cool or that sound wavy on Instagram, they run up the steps. Hey, check this out. Did you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I knew that, man.
But be cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I always that always worries me, man. Because you see it just. It got to be hard being a parent, man, because I know you don't want nobody else raising your kids or giving them more influence than yourself. You know what I mean? But, I guess that's the world we living in now with all this social media stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The power of parenting is becoming harder and harder.
Okay.
Because you have all these outside influences. It used to be just your friends that influenced you. Now you got social media influencers influence you. 24/7, you on your phone. Like, we can't even sit still, like, without checking our phone. Like, we be at the movies, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just scrolling for no reason. It's just a habit now.
You know, it's crazy you say that, bro. I literally have made it a conscious effort to just leave my phone alone. Because if I don't, like you said, for no reason, I be driving, bro, just.
Yep.
For no reason. Like, what I'm looking at my phone for? So I just been starting making a conscious decision. But sometimes you be feeling weird. Like, if you in a venue and you the only person not on your phone, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you at the DMV waiting and ain't nobody, you the only one that ain't on your phone. You just trying to be a people's person.
We used to do this thing at some of our company get-togethers. Like, you know, everybody's just trying to be respectful. Nobody's got their phone out. As soon as it get quiet, my manager be like, watch. Take out your phone and watch everybody else do it. Yeah. So it'll get quiet. I'll pull out my phone, start scrolling. Then everybody just like, well, I guess we ain't doing that. Like, niggas can't be still for 15 minutes. Like, come on, bro. But yeah, I'll take my phone and I'll put it in my room and.
But I've been having to make it a conscious effort, though. Like you said, man, it's at this point, it's self-conscious. I mean, that phone is a piece of us now. You know what I mean?
People think they got access to you. I called you 5 times. Like, yeah, in 5 minutes.
You know what? I like that you just started there because I got some shit I want to get off my chest. With with everybody being so accessible now, I think I'm the last person on earth that just be like, hey, man, I ain't want to talk right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to holler at you when I holler at you, bro. Like, you don't get to talk to me whenever you want to. Like, what type of shit is this?
I'm on my time.
I'm on my time. I wouldn't get...
You almost got to treat like socializing like a job. Like, I socialize between these hours.
Yes, sir.
I work between these hours. I do this between these hours. And just cut it off. And you just got to train people. Like, oh, I know bro ain't picking up the phone at 8 o'clock.
Because one thing about me, don't call me in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's about something important, don't call me in the morning. Yeah. Because that's when I'm trying to get my neurons to click right. I'm trying to get everything together. Don't call me in the morning.
You're going to call me, leave a message.
And what's wrong with leaving a message? What's wrong with the text message? I saw it.
They'll hang up from the voicemail and then text you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I didn't see that text. I don't know what you're talking about.
Or, you right. Or I hate the individual that call you, you don't pick up, then they text you, hey, bro, I called you. Okay.
I seen that.
I see the
text, too, and I hit you back tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to get you. Man, what you got going on here? Ever since you walked in, I done seen everybody pulling up with liquor. What we doing? Oh, you ain't told John nothing.
Yeah, I saw on the sign they about to have a party at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, a little party going. I may have to stick around. You should have told me, baby, I'd have brought the Hennessy and everything. Shit. What's going on with you, black man? Yes, sir. You know what I mean? Not you, David. Yeah. Man, well, look, let me ask you this, man. So you alluded to earlier, man. What's in store for the Black Pantry, man? What can we be looking forward to?
Man, we got 2,800 square feet. We're going to have a full, like, retail section. We're going to have, like, a little lounge section. And then we're going to have a bar. The vibe that I'm going for is kind of like a trendy market with the, like, hotel lobby bar.
Okay, I like that.
Like, because, like, hotel lobbies right now is kind of the wave. People ain't going to clubs no more.
Especially not in KC.
Yeah.
Shit over with.
I go to L.A. a lot.
Okay.
What's the popping club in L.A.? I don't know. People hang out at hotel lobbies. Yeah. Aesthetically, it's beautiful.
Yes, sir.
The bartenders are on point. You ain't drinking out no plastic cup. You got a nice little, you know what I'm saying? People want to feel fancy,
yes, sir.
And they want to show out for the gram. So I want to provide that where we have a space in Kansas City where we see our images on the wall. The music sounds like us. We own the product. Like, the whole ecosystem is black. But when you walk in, you don't really feel like you will feel like it's welcome for everybody. Yeah. Like, majority of the people who shop at the Black Pantry are not black people.
I like that. Like that you said that.
But they know what time it is when they walk in. So, and that's what I want to keep. I want to make sure that it's approachable for everybody because I want everybody's bread.
Yes, sir.
But when you walk in, you know, like, oh, this is a black space. Yeah. But it's beautiful. You know what I mean?
And it's dope that you saying that, man, because, and you know, I'm having my own thoughts while I'm listening to you, bro. We go into businesses that aren't black owned and have a great time. So I love that you keep saying that, bro. Like, Yeah, it's black owned, but man, come in and have a good time. That on you just know what it is when you come in. Like no different when I'm in a restaurant and there ain't no black people up on the wall. Still look good in here, still beautiful. You know what I mean? I'm so glad you're saying that.
I'm really about like brand. I'm really about aesthetics. I'm really about because if you think about some of the coolest white spaces, they bring in a black DJ to make it cool.
Yes, sir.
Or they go get those couple of black influencers that like, hey, hang out here.
Yeah.
To make it cool.
Yeah.
Because you can have a business, but if you want that cool element, you got to bring the culture in.
Have to.
So, okay, I'm going to own the culture and I'm going to invite you to the culture of what it's really like to be with us. Not no hood stuff. I'm talking about like elevated, classy, cool, like what real black people, I don't want to disrespect nobody.
No, go on, say, I'm going to expound on it if you don't.
Real black people move, not what is being pushed in the media.
Thank you.
Like, not everybody lives a rapper life.
Thank you.
Know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
sir.
I live in the suburbs.
Me too.
Most of my friends lived in the suburbs.
I live in the suburbs.
Most of my friends went to college.
Yes, sir.
All these narratives that people like to put pin on black people, I don't fall into most of that.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother.
But everybody that I kick it with is in the same cloth as me.
Yes, sir.
So I'm creating a space. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. But I just know that there was no space in Kansas City during the daytime that I thought was authentically black.
Right.
So I want to build that, but I need to give my people some money.
Yeah. Because, I mean, and I really want to expound on that, man. I didn't notice it until I got older. You know what I mean? Our culture ain't, I know it's rooted in the hood, poverty, because, I mean, most of us come up in that. But, man, we have so much more to offer, and that's what you alluding to, man. We a vibe, brother. Like, as a people, bro, our culture is a vibe. At the end of the day, we gonna make you dance. We gonna make you laugh. We gonna make sure you looking good, smelling good, feeling good. That's us, man. I just feel like, man, I want us to get there so bad as a people.
Most of us is like 1 or 2 generations from the hood.
Yep.
Not like being from a black neighborhood, but like being from the ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
Like my parents got up out of that.
Yes, sir.
So I could have a better life.
That's the goal.
And then, so my kids they don't even know what the hood, like we'll rob our grandpa's house. Like, damn, y'all used to grow up. Like, yeah, that was us.
Yeah.
And I thought that house was a mansion. That house is 1,100 square feet.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I have an apartment bigger than this house.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like we're progressing, but we still want to hold on to that. It's called, what's that? Survivor's remorse.
Okay. Yeah. Talk about it.
Because we still got cousins and stuff that grew up and we all made our different decisions, or our parents made decisions that kind of separated our points of view in life.
Yeah.
But there's so many more people that are like us that we aspire to one more. And we've traveled, we've seen things. We're cultured outside of the neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
Right. So when we want to go and hang out, I don't want to go back to the block.
Yes, sir. Me neither.
This ain't cool to me.
I don't kick it. Man, listen, I go see my mom, and then when I go home to St. Louis, man, I don't kick it on nobody block and nobody hood around motherfuckers who ain't got nothing going on. I'm so removed from that. And when I have children like yourself, man, my kids gonna only know about that. They ain't gonna experience that shit. You know what I mean? My father always said this to me. Son, if your kids grow up how you grew up, you failed as a father. Man, my daddy always stressed that to me. And I mean, let me tell you something, bro. K through 12, I never went to an inner city public school a day in my life. I lived there. My mom and daddy knew you getting up out of here. And what that did for me, man, it changed my perspective on life. So when I would come home from school, man, they couldn't marginalize me with that shit in the hood. Be like, nah, bro, I was just out there. They motherfuckers got bikes. They leaving their garage doors open. You can't fool me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it helped me and my brother. You know what I mean? My brother's the first one in my family to go to college. Going to school in the suburbs, bro, always let us know we wanted more. Like, bro, that's living, man. We ain't supposed to be growing up like this, bro.
But I will say, on the flip side, you're also I'll say it in my words, but you're also behind enemy lines, because growing up, I grew up in the suburbs. Yeah. And it wasn't until Kansas City public schools lost their accreditation to where they started busing kids from the city out to the suburbs. And I'm like, my people are here.
Okay, got you. I got you.
Man, yeah. Because I used to wear like the cross colors in elementary school, and I had the S curl, and the white kids be like, oh, you got a Jerry curl. Why your socks don't match? And I always felt alienated. Like, man, like when I'm with my cousins, I ain't even the freshest one.
Yeah, that's right.
They got, so it wasn't until like when I was in the suburbs, like, yeah, it's nice. We leave the garage door open.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you start to lose that that connection to people, because most of your friends, like I had a diverse group of friends until like middle school.
Okay.
When everybody started coming out to the suburbs, I'm like, then all my friends went from being very diverse to all black friends.
Yeah, I like that.
Then I started to reattach myself to the folks. But
that's a great perspective.
you just gotta find your balance, and like there ain't no right answer, man.
Yeah, you right.
Cause I know weirdos that came from the hood. I know weirdos that came from the suburbs.
Yes, sir.
I know fly white boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I had a bunch of them in my high school though.
Man,
I ain't even gonna lie.
hey, this dude that went to my high school and my college, he married a bad black woman.
Ooh, no. Woo!
And he just had it in him.
Right.
Like, he wasn't pretending.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to be black. He wasn't trying. That was just him.
That's who he was.
That boy was fly.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Now, look, man, before we get up out of here, let's address something real quick. Mark, get your mic ready. Did you see the P. Diddy video?
From
The recent
2016?
one. No, was that where it's from? From 2016? When he beat Baby up? I'm sorry, I don't want to make a joke about it. I'm just talking about it. We got a podcast here.
He was running around with his towel?
Yeah, you seen that joint?
Yeah, I seen that.
Man, look, let me say something, man. Diddy, you wrong as hell, bro. I'm not even going to smile on that one, bro. You wrong, because, man, you don't do no woman like that, G. Like, man, that was... Then where the hell was everybody at? He did that in the hotel. Did he buy out the whole floor?
Got the floor.
Because nobody came outside, bro. Nobody came to her aid. And Baby can't be number about 90 pounds.
You know, I say that whole, and I said when a lot of this stuff started, the first stuff started coming out about Diddy, I mean, it was always whispers.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's heartbreaking to me as a culture because of who Diddy was for the culture.
Facts.
The domino effect that this has happened, like everybody that we looked up to, everybody that we sing and dance has been, quote unquote, touched by Diddy.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like all the rappers and like, it's like it's catastrophic.
No, it's
bro.
catastrophic.
Like, you can't listen to no music. Like, even when the stuff happened to R. Kelly,
yeah,
I was a huge R. Kelly fan.
Man, wasn't we all? I still bumping on a little. Y'all can hate me. I'm sorry.
I got little girls, and I'm like, listen, like he's singing about a little girl. Then I'm like listening to Diddy, and just for shits and giggles, like me and my boy, we was clowning. You know, when the Diddy stuff was funny. Then you start. I put on that last album that he dropped was cold.
Yeah.
But then you start to dissect the lyrics. Like, who is he really talking about?
Yeah,
Boss
man.
is in love.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
it's rough, man. Because I mean, I just hate when like you just said, he was at the top in that top tier group of our community.
He reached a level that nobody could even imagine that you could. I mean, every single spectrum of the entertainment industry. Then he was trying to get involved in the politics.
Wanted to buy the Panthers at the time when they didn't have an owner. He wanted to buy them too.
But I also think, you know, the conspiracy behind all of that stuff. Yeah. Why every black man that get to a top get knocked down?
That's what, and I was gonna end it with that, bro. I was gonna start running them off. Like everyone that reached that, only one who ain't been, you know, untouchable on that aspect is Jay-Z. But I mean, they still always go back to the fact that he sold drugs.
About him? Not even that. They was like 50 putting a lot of this stuff out.
Oh, 50.
Yeah. That's my guy.
That boy 50 crazy, bro.
But he's like, yeah, Jay-Z being quiet until this Diddy stuff blow over.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's crazy. Everybody that we look up to who has reached the upper echelon is being knocked down by something.
For sure, bro. It's rough. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. I mean, I didn't know what to think when because like you said, since we've been kids, you always heard the things about Diddy, like a Diddy party. And I
wanted to be at one of them Diddy parties, boy.
And who didn't want to go to a Diddy party? I'm talking, but then, look, now we know.
Like,
Hey, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't want to be that successful.
And thank you. And that's what I said. Growing up, I used to be like, oh, man, you know, billionaire, because I'm looking up to the ones. And it's like, bro, to get to that level of financial status, I don't even want to get there because I think all them motherfuckers is weird.
I say, it ain't for me. I told my wife, like, let me get to $250,000, $300,000 a year, and I'm gone. Yeah. I'm looking at some property in Mexico, one of them islands, and I'm chilling.
Yeah, I've been thinking about, you know, I may hit the motherland. You know what I'm saying? I was seeing some women over there in was it Zanzibar? They was twerking. I liked what I saw, and I was like, y'all got those out there? And that's their culture. So I'm like, man, give me a little patch of land.
Where we get it from?
That's what I'm saying. You know I know. You know I know. You know what I'm saying? I was watching the video. I said, yeah, man, go find me a little bush woman.
You know, that's a little too, like, as far as living, that might be a little too foreign for me.
See, I ain't got no kids yet, so I'm just chatting because, you know what I mean? I ain't got nothing keeping me grounded.
Do it, bro. Do it. Don't let nothing stop you. Hey, the coldest thing, and actually this came from Diddy, but one of my homegirls told me, black people belong everywhere.
That's real.
So don't think it ain't nowhere you can't go.
No, that's real. What the dude said online, but do they like niggas though? Like that's the that's the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go nowhere. Well, hell. That's everywhere, I guess. Shit.
Yeah, you. That's why I was like, let me see where you going with
That's
that.
a good point.
Hey, but if you got bread, it's a little bit different conversation.
No, that's right.
You know, so
I mean, now I wouldn't make a move like that without no money. Yeah, if I was to go somewhere else, like you said, I mean, I got a certain number that I need. You know what I mean? And I'm gone, bro. Like I'm gonna just, cause I mean, you could do it. The one person I like to watch the most, bro, is Lil Duval, cause he got an island out in in the Bahamas somewhere. He got his own little island. To me, that's so dope. To me, bro, just being able to create your own piece, got you a little island. He said they got bad service out there. I'd be worried like if something go wrong. I don't want to be nowhere too remote.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
But that's why I look at I'm looking at Mexico, anywhere on the Yucatan Peninsula, Belize, maybe some of the islands, because Southwest can get you anywhere.
Yeah.
Bruh. Wherever
you gonna wait till
Southwest
the kids out? You gonna wait till the kids grown? The son almost out the door. You gonna wait till all the kids gone before you and the wife make that move? Okay.
Yeah. I got to make sure that they can make a decision on their own before I step out. But anywhere Southwest goes, and I'm still young, 20, 30 years from now, you know how quick you could get somewhere?
No, that's real. That's a good point.
Because I lived in the Bay. It take 3.5 hours to get to the Bay. It take 3.5 hours to get to Belize.
Really? Yeah, no, that's real. I'm gonna go somewhere, man. I need somewhere with some culture though. I can't go nowhere where I don't. You know what I mean? Where I feel like I can't be me. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing for me.
There's pockets in Mexico that have the large. They call them expats or whatever. You know, but black people, like large demographics of black people. Not Afro Mexican. I'm talking about us. We went over there and we just over there chilling.
You heard about that, Mark? Huh? Oh, you know about that? Yeah. Oh, why you ain't never tell me that? You ain't want to let your boy know that y'all got a pocket for us down. So wow. You know what I'm saying? So look, tell me, how does the Mexican community feel about, those, pockets that bro is alluding to?
We're the closest, so I mean it makes sense that that's kind of happening.
Y'all cousins, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you like it or not, y'all cousins. My dog.
Maybe it'll help us finally get into the limelight.
Look, all we gonna do is bring a little culture. We gonna mix y'all with us. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all always been a part of it. You know what I mean?
It ain't nothing but look at Cuba.
Right.
Look at Dominicans.
Oh, they us. I always say they just got dropped off, you know what I mean, before. Like, that was the first stop, and then they went to the United States. Yeah, they went there
all
first.
You got to do is learn how to speak Spanish, like from the street Spanish, not that stuff in school.
Right.
But
I be learning, bro.
They'll see you like, hey, papi.
Yeah. Man, y'all know, look, if you a fan of the show, y'all know I ain't never had a Latino woman before. And my homeboys feel like that's the one that's going to take me out the game. My homeboys like, bro, you going to meet one, that's going to be the one to take you out the game.
My wife is half Mexican.
Oh, so see, you know what I'm going with. Did she get you with the poppy? My bad, wife. My bad. I'm sorry, baby. I ain't even.
Nah, she didn't do the poppy thing on me. But
my bad, wife. See, look, I be getting everybody in trouble, but I need to shut up, bro. See, I'm running around single, I get Mark in trouble every episode. His ladies watch the show, try to figure out what he into. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, Mark, bro.
It'd be a whole conversation when he get home.
Yeah, bro. You my guy. Now, how we doing, Mark? We good?
Yeah, we're at our hour, so.
Now, listen, bro, before you get up out of here, please give them all your socials, or everywhere they can reach you, address, whatever.
I'm only active on Instagram.
Okay.
The Black Pantry. Right now, we're right there across from Brick House and Martini Corner. September, we should be open 2 blocks away on Gillum Road. But yeah, man, I want us to come out and support.
Yeah.
It ain't just about me. I'm pouring my all into all my people, black people who are doing something great, and just uplifting the culture and making sure black people get paid.
Yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? Look, when the grand opening, John will be in the building, because I love this type of shit. You know what I mean? I got to support my people. You know what I mean? I got to put I got to let everybody, because at the end of the day, man, I want to give y'all flowers, man. Any entrepreneur, and this is why I thank God that I'm doing what I do, because, man, I love sitting down with individuals like yourself, because what you do is not easy. You know what I'm saying? You said it earlier, man, we could be off doing something completely different. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you doing that, driving that, narrative away from, our community and things like that. No, we can own things, and, we can have vibes where every culture can come in and enjoy it. It's not just a black thing, only black people. No, everybody come in and kick it.
They either gonna enjoy it or they gonna take what they like about it and go use it in their own spaces.
Right. Because, a black man own this spot we in right now. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Big Mike, shout out Big Mike. You know what I mean? He owned this. And
because I think his wife co-owns it with him, or
if I'm not mistaken, I don't know the dynamic. I just know he's the owner. Mike Sims is the owner.
Yeah, they had reached out one time. It's like, hey, come show me love. But I'm like,
yeah. But yeah, man, like, and then you see, look, this is what it look like when we get us some money.
Oh man, hey, come on, man. This is my new spot.
Go ahead,
see, I went and got me a stick. You know
I said, look, I look back.
I got comfortable as soon as I walked in. I'm like, okay, yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, and it's, man, we'll come up in here, me and my dog East, I whooped his ass in chess yesterday. Man, we come up here and play chess, shoot pool, and just chop it up, man. Like, I love this spot, you know what I mean? And like you said, when you come in, you just feel it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my dog David, he got a black playlist. I told him all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep playing that playlist. I don't know if the white folks be knowing what he be playing, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, look, man, if I don't get you up out of here now, bro, I'm going to talk your head off. Listen, thank y'all for another episode. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. Hit the notification bell, man. You know what I mean? So y'all can get this game. You know what I mean? Then if you need this shirt, once again, you know what I'm saying, you hit up my dog on Instagram or pull up to the spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he'll have all this and other things, man. You might lose yourself inside the venue and see a whole bunch of good product. You know what I mean? Ladies, keep doing what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, the ladies is really, you know, coming out, supporting.
Oh, yeah, they spending bread.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Any big girls pull up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
they pull up. I pour them wine. Like, we carry all kind of wines. Rose Day is coming up, so if you like rose, like, we be, and that's one thing I like. I'm a social drinker.
Okay.
When you come to the shop and I'm in there, I'm offering you a drink.
Okay. Oh, that's
when
what I like to hear.
I pull up to somebody's house, I'm bringing a drink.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to be black on.
Because my dog, and before we get up out of here, my dog did bring, you know, he provided the can. You know what I mean? Shout out to my dog Josh and everything he got going on. You know, we feeling good up in here now. Mark, you got anything you want to say? We don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? And we out.